In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use 99 drag and drop transitions to add some extra energy and flair to your video edits using the Transitions Playbook. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to actually get all of these transitions for free. This is going to be a more or less tutorial on how to use the Transitions Playbook, which is my holy grail of editing transitions. I've put together 99 drag and drop transitions that are completely customized to different lengths with different sets of effects, and they can work together to create even more transitions. And I've just put a lot of thought into making a transitions pack that can hopefully solve all your problems for making like annoying or complex transitions easy to use across your videos forever. And I'm going to show you how to install and then use all these transitions and what they all do in this video. So if you're watching this and you've already purchased the Transitions Playbook on www.petersarellas.com via the link in the description, then this is where you want to be to make sure you're maximizing its potential. And if you're on the border and you're not sure if you want to purchase this, but you're interested in adding some transitions to your arsenal to give your edits some more energy, then hopefully this video can help you determine if this pack of transitions is right for you. But regardless, there is going to be an opportunity to actually win these for free if you're watching this within the first couple of weeks of when I post the video. Stick around till the end of the video for all those details. But let's get into this tutorial, and I want to start with how to install the presets in Adobe Premiere Pro. This transition pack is for Adobe Premiere Pro. So in Adobe Premiere Pro, here, come to your effects panel. You can see I've typed in the Transitions Playbook. We're going to come to this hamburger menu, click Import Presets. This brings you to your Finder window, and you want to click on this file. This is what you're going to get when you download the Transitions Playbook. It's a .prf preset, which means it's a Premiere Pro filter preset. So click Open, and now in your Effects tab, you have the Transitions Playbook pop up. If you have nothing typed in, you can type the Transitions Playbook. It'll eventually come up. You can see here, this is actually a sample of some of the effects, and you can get this sample pack for free by going onto my website and downloading the free glitch transitions that I have available for just anyone to get for no charge or anything. And in that glitch transition pack is going to be a sample of some of my other products, including the Transitions Playbook, so you can have some transitions to just mess around with, and whether you want to purchase the whole pack or not, those are yours. So go ahead and get that. But when you type this in, then you're going to see all of the transitions. And these are all of the transitions. And we're going to go through how they all work and how you can maximize them all. So let's start with the basics. These transitions are all meant to be added onto adjustment layers over top of your footage. So let's punch in here, and we'll take these first two clips that I have that we're just going to be using as examples today. And we want to put an adjustment layer over top of these two clips. So let's click right here to get a new item, and we're going to select adjustment layer. This adjustment layer should automatically take the video settings of your sequence. In this case, they have, so click OK. And then we're going to drag our adjustment layer from the project panel over top our clip. Now we want to center this adjustment layer so that it has the same number of frames on both sides of our two clips that we're working with. So we have 1, 2, 3 frames in our adjustment layer. So let's build another 1, 2, 3 frames on the other side. This gives us a 6-frame adjustment layer, and let's put a marker in the middle of this adjustment layer so that we know where the middle is. This is going to be pretty important as I show you how all the effects work. Now let's just start with these effects here. Any effects that are in brackets at the end where it says 4 to 8 frames. This is a recommended amount of frames that I think the effect would look good used within. Like, that's how long your adjustment layer should be, in my opinion. You can be flexible with this, and any clips that have a variable number of frames in the brackets at the end of it are going to adjust to the length of your adjustment layer. So to show you an example, if I drop in this cross blur effect at the 6-frame adjustment layer, it will look like this. And if I extend this adjustment layer really, really long and drop in this cross blur effect, it will go for a long time. Now, any effects like these flickers that have a set number of frames in the bracket, so it doesn't give you a variable number, it tells you one number of frames. Those effects are going to be that specific amount of time, that number of frames long, regardless of how long you make the adjustment layer. So I can grab this 6-frame glow flicker and drop it on our 6-frame adjustment layer, and when I play that effect back, it will be 6 frames long. Whereas if I undo that, and then I extend this adjustment layer to be way longer, and then I drop the same glow flicker onto our clips, then when I play it back, the glow flicker will still only impact the first 6 frames of our adjustment layer. Likewise, if I extend this adjustment layer like this, now when I drop the glow flicker on, it's going to affect the first 6 frames as of this point where the adjustment layer starts. And when we play that, you can see that it doesn't actually happen on the cut, it happens where the adjustment layer starts. So any effects where the number in here is not variable, it's a set number of frames, that's how long the transition is, and it will apply from the start of the adjustment layer that you place over top of your clips. And that's how you can differentiate these effects. So let's start from the top and I'll show you what all of the effects actually look like and how you can practically use them. Most of them you just drag and drop on top of the adjustment layer. So I showed you one of the blurs. Let's do this side blur, and it says 4 to 8 frames. This is 6 frames, so that works. And that's it. It's just a quick little blur. We can grab one of our stretches that's 4 to 10 frames and do that. There you go. A little quick hit. Let's just extend it a little bit longer actually. How many frames is this? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's cut that down a bit. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That is 10 frames. Let's drop this back on and let's watch it. There we go. Back to our 6-frame adjustment layer. Let's try a twist. We'll drop one of these twists on. This is a regular twist between 2 and 8 frames. There we go. They're variable, but if you take this twist triple, this one needs to be 10 frames, and we want the adjustment layer to still be centered. So we have 6 frames, 3 on each side. We need 10 frames. So let's go, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we want 7, 8, add 2 more frames, and 9, 10. Now we have 5, 10 frames in our adjustment layer. So we grab this triple twist, which is 10 frames long. We add it so that it will start right here at the start of our adjustment layer, and it will go for 10 frames on this adjustment layer that is perfectly centered over our 2 clips. Let's actually click Shift and R to render this out. That is the triple twist. I'll just go down the list here and show you some of the other effects. So we have a whole bunch of different types of flashes. We have glow flashes, noise flashes, RGB flashes, white flashes. And these can actually all be mixed together to create more unique effects. So I can grab this noise flash that is 4 to 10 frames and put it on our 6-frame adjustment layer, and we get that flash right there. But I can also grab our heavy RGB flash if I want, and we can put those 2 together. Maybe I also want to add a light glow double flash that's 8 frames. So let's undo this, extend this from 6 frames to 8 frames. Now we'll add our heavy RGB flash, we'll add our noise flash, and we'll add our specifically 8-frame long glow double flash and create a layered effect that looks like this. You can see the glow on the lights, you can see the RGB on the competitors, and you can obviously see the noise. And you can layer these in a bunch of different ways to create a ton of unique effects and transitions with all the different options in the Transitions Playbook. So let's go to our flickers, and something as tedious as cutting your clip every other frame to create a flicker effect doesn't need to be done anymore, because we can extend this to 10 frames. So instead of 6, we go 7, 8, and then 9, 10, and we'll drop this flicker that's 10 frames long onto our 10-frame adjustment layer. And now all of a sudden you have your flicker. You can just drag and drop that effect on easily. And I have this done already for you for a whole ton of flickers with tons of different effects. And we even have shakes. So I like mixing the shakes a lot with other effects, and I've actually already mixed the shakes with the RGB effects since I think those two go so well. So I'll drop a 6-frame camera shake onto our adjustment layer here. There's that. Now I'll drop a 6-frame shake plus RGB. There's that with the RGB. And now maybe we want to add a glow in addition to our shake here. And we'll add our glow flash, 2 to 10 frames. Drop that on and play our effect back. And you can see the glow in the contestant to go along with our shake. There's just tons of stuff mixed in here. I even have a bunch of inverted flickers. So let's grab our HLS flicker. That is 6 frames, quick triple flicker. And it gives you some like flashier, more pronounced stuff if you want to use that to really make your video stand out. There's tons of options, and I would recommend just going through this, and like when you're making an edit, pick 1 or 2 categories from this pack that you want to focus your transitions on and theme your video with that set of transitions so that it's cohesive. And there's so many different options in here that you can theme one video with certain transitions and effects, and then you can theme another video with different transitions and effects, all from this pack. Of course, we have some of the very basic stuff like spins and swipes. So let's do a clockwise spin. That is 6 frames long, just so we have the 6 frame transition here. Nice and easy. Let's do a swipe. Actually, I think a swipe might be more conducive to a different clip, and we've been looking at this clip for a long time. So let's grab this adjustment layer and drop it over top. I'll just disable it for a sec. Drop it over top of these 2 hockey clips just so we can look at something a little bit different. So we have a player skating, kicking up some ice, and then another shot of the player going in and shooting the puck. And now we're going to drag on the swipe right effect as the player moves to the right of the screen. And that looks like that, a nice quick swipe to the right. And there's a bunch of different options here that you can use. There's a swipe up, a swipe down. Now personally, like swiping up doesn't really work, even though the effect like works, but you know, it doesn't like make sense from an editing perspective. When your player is moving to the right of the screen to swipe up, it's just like that's not where your eyes are going, and it can take the viewer out of your edit. But that's why I've given you swipes in every single direction: up, down, left, right, to the bottom left corner, to the bottom right corner, to the top left corner, to the top right corner. Not to mention we have zooms, and these zooms actually work a little bit different than all of the other effects that we have here. I'm actually going to go back to this because I think that this MMA clip is perfect for a zoom, since we have a wide establishing shot and then a shot in the ring. So a zoom actually like works as a transition here, just from an editing perspective. But to do zooms, we need to have adjustment layers on either side that are 4 frames long. So let's put a cut at our middle point, and we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. Give ourselves an adjustment layer. Then go back to the middle and go 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. Put that there. Now you want to grab your zoom in or zoom out part 1 and drop it on the first 4 frames. Then grab your zoom in and zoom out part 2 and drop that on the second 4 frames. Highlight those, render them out, play your clip back, and watch your smooth zoom in. And that's your zoom in effect right there. Pretty straightforward, pretty cool in my opinion. This one took the longest to make and sell realistically as something that was actually like able to drop just on adjustment layers and not have to be dropped on the clip itself. That way, if you want a bunch of different zoom ins, you can grab this and just like drag it everywhere without needing to continuously add effects to all your clips, and you can just zoom in as much as you want. So in theory, zoom, 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 zoom. I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but you could do it all really quickly and easily by just dragging these adjustment layers around. And by the way, when I am dragging these adjustment layers, you highlight them, hold Option, drag with your mouse, highlight them, hold Option, drag with your mouse, and then you can put these adjustment layers anywhere you want. And I may as well, while we're here, show you the zoom out. So if you grab your zoom out part 1 and your zoom out part 2 and drop those on, I guess in theory it actually makes sense to switch these clips if you were going to zoom out. So let's do that and play it back. You have the action in the ring and you zoom out, and now you're not in the ring anymore. We have our zooms, our swipes, our spins, our shakes. We have our flickers, our flashes, our distortions, our blurs. So many effects and variations for all of them, with different types of effects and different lengths and different intensities. And oh my goodness, it was a lot to make, I'm not gonna lie. So if you think this looks cool, then you can go pick it up on my website, www.petersarellas.com. That'll be in the description if you've purchased the pack and this is your tutorial to make sure that you're using it all effectively. Then thank you for purchasing. I really appreciate you supporting the channel and what I do here. And if you're somehow watching this and aren't subscribed to the channel, then I make sports videography and video editing tips and tutorial videos on this channel on a regular basis, and I would love to have you around for that. So please consider subscribing. If you have any questions about the Transitions Playbook or honestly anything else, and you want to talk about them, there's something I didn't cover in this video that you would love to hear about, please drop it in the comment section and I will get back to you down there. I always love chatting up with you guys down there. And I'm not going to forget about this. We are doing a giveaway. So if you want to win one of 3 copies of the Transitions Playbook, then obviously subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, though I'm assuming you are. Drop a comment on this video saying how you're going to use these transitions and include your Instagram so I can actually go check out some of your work and contact you if your comment is selected. And then of course, so that I can actually find you on Instagram, go drop me a follow. And then I'm going to pick 3 people from those who have done all those steps and are following me on Instagram to get a free copy of the Transitions Playbook. If you don't get it, don't worry. It's on sale 50% off right now for the first 2 weeks that it's out. So if you're seeing this and it's before the posted contest close date that's on the screen right now, then it's 50% off. So you can go pick it up. And if you win, I'll just refund you. But I hope that helps you. I hope you enjoyed this. I've been fidgeting with this pen for like the past 5 minutes, and I hope that wasn't really awkward because I needed something to do with my hands. But regardless, we're done. Have a good day. Peace out.